All right, welcome to another episode of the Grindhouse Podcast. I'm pretty sure this is episode 14. Yeah. I don't really look to find out, but I'm pretty sure we're at 14.
Yeah.
It's not like we've done enough that I'm like, I should be forgetting every week. But I do. Yeah. Thank you guys if you're tuning in. If this is the first time tuning in, thank you. This is just sidebars with me and Krita. Yeah. No special guest this week.
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yes, it has. It's been a while since we've been putting these up as well, so it's you know.
We took a little break with the holidays and shit.
It's the holidays. We gotta. Nobody's fucking listening on the holidays. Yeah. Like we don't have a fan base that we can just like, we're like obligated to put these out, so it's kind of at will.
Yeah.
Until like we have some sort of a fan base, so you get what you get. Yeah. But yeah, we took the holidays off. We took the New Year's off. And then we were back with IMAV last time around. We have a couple guests that are have like verbally or textually agreed to come on the podcast. It's just about finding the right date for us to have them on. Yeah. Want you guys to watch out because the pod is going places. Literally,
we're
like
upping the quality of things.
Little bit
this
yes.
year.
A little bit of movement happening on our end of the table. So we have some like Grindhouse updates that we'll probably get to first before we get into all the other bullshit we have ready to talk about. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be back with a new guest soon, and we'll be ready to go in a new location also soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, well, we're going to try to be on a very tight schedule this year. Put out more episodes, so you'll have more content to consume. So.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we keep getting positive pushes forward to continue doing it. Yeah. And so we're just continuing doing it until there's nothing else to be done.
Exactly.
When the people tell us to hang it up, we'll hang it up.
Yeah. And they're like, "Yo, you both suck. Can you please stop putting out podcasts, please?"
So let's talk about Grindhouse first, and then we'll get into these other things that we're going to talk about.
I'm cool with that.
So. Just in case if you haven't, you should know already because we've been really pushing it. But we have a show Saturday, February 1st at the Knights of Pythias in Lynn. That's 251 Maple Street in Lynn.
We'll put the information in the description. So,
yep, we'll put the information in the description. So come check us out. Tickets are available now. If you go to the Grindhouse Facebook page, you'll find them there. You'll find a link to the event, so go on that. You'll find my little beautiful animation that I worked on over the weekend,
which is dope. I love it.
Yeah, I figured so. I started.
It's something different. I haven't seen that for like a local show. I have never seen anything like that. So
yeah, thank you.
It's cool.
I was trying to come up because I knew we needed to advertise the event because if you're not advertising the event and nobody shows up, you only have yourself to blame.
Yeah.
And so I obviously was big on the making sure that like people know about what's happening. It's like I said, February 1st, Saturday. Come out 7 to 11 o'clock. We got some awesome performances. C. Wells, Loman is doing a DJ set. IMAV, like we had last week. Blacksmith is coming out. We got Wes Taylor, and we got DJ Curtis Cuts DJing for the night. So come out for sure. But yeah, I've been trying to advertise the event, so I made over the weekend. I was just like working on. So on our flyer we have like the tape head dude with like my body like spray painting the wall, and I was like we shouldn't have a video flyer. So obviously everybody nowadays is on social media. They're on their cell phones. They're on their computers. A lot of like analog shit isn't as fly anymore. So like posting an old school flyer to the wall and like hoping people see it.
And we did that too.
We did that too. But I wanted to do a lot more modern take on that, and I also knew that there should be some sort of advertising done on like Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. And I feel like not only that, but because the rappers that are performing at the show, like there's an opportunity for people who haven't heard them, like there's an opportunity for them to hear like a snippet of their music. And so that I want to work those two things together. I want for people to hear who's performing that night because it's a really dope lineup. And people should come out to see them. And also, like, videos are just a little bit more intriguing to capture your eyes when you're scrolling through Instagram.
No, I love the it gives you like a sample of what the night's gonna be like. Yeah. And that's fucking dope. Instead of like, you clicking through and checking out each artist, it's like, no, you're getting like the snippet of their music videos and their songs and stuff.
So that was, and I also took like a class on After Effects, which is like a program that a lot of people use for cool effects in music videos. Like every cool effect you've seen in a music video, it's sometimes done in Premiere, but it's usually done in Adobe After Effects. And I just wanted to learn that program a little bit more because I don't use it as much. I don't utilize like special effects as much in the videos that I do. Yeah. I just wanted to like learn it to be able to do more of that and also do some like cool little animation things. And was my first test on it. So I think it came up pretty dope for the time I spent on it.
Yeah. For the first time, like really like after that class, like fucking with like After Effects like that, like came out pretty fucking dope.
Thank you. But yes, come out to the event. It's gonna be a good time. It's in Lynn. It's a show for Lynn artists. Some artists are from Lawrence, some from Cambridge, but most of the artists are from Lynn or living in Lynn. Yeah. And so it's gonna be a cool community event. So come up.
Yeah. And it's for charity too.
It's for charity. That's what we forgot to mention. Okay, it's for charity.
It's a charity event. It's so going. You have to go.
You have to support. It's gonna be a good night. You're gonna come. It's gonna be party vibes, chill vibes. You're gonna have really cool performances, and the money goes to charity at the end of the night. So everybody wins. Yeah. You know, everybody wins. We're all winning. We're all winning. So come out. Habitat Plus is the charity it's going to. Habitat Plus helps disabled vets have housing, and food, and somebody take care of them. And it's a really, really, really cool organization that supports Lynn disabled veterans. And so we're donating to them. So yeah, all money goes to charity. Please show up. Bring your sacks of change. Buy a ticket. Beer is gonna be cheap. It's gonna be a good night. Yeah, it's gonna be a good night. Moving on.
I'm excited. I'm sorry. I've been like thinking about it like all the time because I'm like,
yes, I've been salivating.
This is
over
new for Grindhouse. So
yeah. We hope to do more of this in the future. Also, like this is not a one-off.
And this is a good segue into future stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So this is, and you were bringing up this idea of different things that we can do like live event wise. This is not the last time we're going to be doing something like this. This is the first of many. Assuming we do decently in terms of turnout and support. If nobody shows up, maybe we have to reevaluate some things next time around. But all the work we've been putting in, I'm assuming people are going to show out. If they do, we're going to just keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We got the space for it. We can, we can do whatever we want. So when we want, and then as long as we give it enough advance, we can book there. So
yeah, cool. In terms of things that we're doing more of in the future, and I don't know how much you want to talk about internal.
I don't want to reveal too much, but
okay,
yeah.
Well, it just know that we are, as many people in whatever entrepreneurial journey that they have. Obviously reevaluating what you've done and what you want to do and how to get there is something that you should always be asking yourself, especially when it comes to a decade changing. We're in 2020 now. Yeah. So it's future thoughts are there. Because,
we've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
It's not something we've been doing for a couple of years. We've been doing this since 2016.
Yeah. Officially. Before that, we've been doing it also, but officially,
it took
LLC.
A good year to figure things out and how we're doing it,
and then we officially became a company in 2016. But so we've been before that.
So me and Edwin, we met the other day and we reevaluated sort of what we want to do as a company, and I think the podcast has been successful so far. People enjoy it. So it's
the one dude, thank you.
The one or two people that constantly watch it.
Else.
Nobody else.
We only do it for John Lee.
Yeah, and TJ. They were also on a sidebars with us.
Yeah,
so
check that episode.
Check that episode out.
Then you'll know who we're talking about. Yeah. The inside joke there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's something that we can produce and control. So we just have to do more of podcasting, I think.
Yeah. So in evaluating what we've done well and what we could do better going into 2020, one thing that we realized we've been doing pretty well at, and obviously there's a lot of room to grow in terms of how we entertain you guys, podcast wise, but we figured the podcast is something we've been doing well, that we've gotten good reception on, and so putting more time and effort into this has been I think our realization of like this is where we should kind of put like, you know, more time and effort into, and so that's what we've decided on, among other things. Obviously, like another thing is like we need to do more live events. We need to really kind of get in touch communally with people and not just like on the internet. But we, you know, so those are the two things that we came up with, is like we need to put on more live events to get, you know, to hit the streets and get people to know us personally. And we need to do more of these podcasts. We need to focus our attention on it more.
Yeah,
so,
we want to interview more people. We have like a list of like a massive list of artists that we want to interview. Yeah,
and if you have been watching and you're like, we got these comments sometimes. If you're
like I want to be on next kind of thing.
Yeah, if you do, hit us up by proper means. Hit us up in an email. Give us a link to your music. Let us get to know you. We're not gonna like, you know, scour the comment section just to like, you know, find, you know, hit us up by the proper channels. You know, we give you all sorts of links on our YouTube page. Like, you should be able to find us and just like, give us a sample of what you have. And if I don't know about you yet, which I try to keep my ear to the ground somewhat,
definitely,
I'll definitely give you a listen. And if I think like you should be, you know, highlighted more in the community, I'll give you a spot on the we'll give you a spot on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if your music's dope and, you know, we rock with you, then that's a no-brainer. Like, you definitely be on the podcast. So
cool. I think that's enough of company talk. I think we should move on to more pressing matters, such as all the releases that have been coming out, especially this past Friday.
We have a few new releases that came out. Let's get into it.
You want to start with Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay, so last week on the podcast,
which is funny because like, did we know that like he was?
I didn't. No, it was a surprise album. We had no idea he was putting something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was talking to IMAV and he asked us what we think of Eminem, and then I said, like, very under my breath, I was like, I think he should retire 10 years ago.
Yeah, we were definitely shitting on him.
Yeah,
100%.
My bad, Eminem. Like, that was me.
Yeah.
I feel like he heard me and then decided this was a great time. He didn't fucking
maybe maybe he needed that talking to. You know.
It was me that did it. Huh?
Yeah.
It was my So I got the. He released it at the right time.
He's the third person that was,
because he shut me the fuck up. Like, Eminem shut me the fuck up. I think I'm still right in what I said. I think I said something about like he has terrible beat selection typically, even with his good songs. Like,
I mean, there's a couple on there that don't particularly.
Oh yeah, okay. The Ed Sheeran song.
Yeah. That
song with Ed Sheeran. I'm sorry, whatever his name is. Yeah, that song I fucking, every song that he does with Ed Sheeran has been trash.
Yeah, he had a lot of
he likes to put fucking those other.
He had a wild range of people. Like, it was just like Young M.A.
That was a good one.
Ed Sheeran.
That was
to Royce, which makes sense.
That was good.
You know?
Slaughterhouse. Yeah, that was good.
But like, yeah, it's just like that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I will say, I'll walk back my take now, and I'll say I don't. Sorry. I owe you an apology, Eminem. You should not have retired 10 years ago. You deserve to continue making music.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't have to listen to me.
He might. He listened to you last week, so maybe
your music has not been good. This album though is fire. I will say that this album's pretty fire. It was pretty fucking good.
All the songs are like good songs.
I think
for the most part.
I think what we're getting from Eminem is he is. So I don't think we'll ever get like Eminem like 15 years ago when he his raps were like, there was just something about the way he put words together that like kind of like really cut through. I don't think we'll get that Em anymore. Even though obviously he can rap at a high level, I think he still tries to do too much with the raps. So he just tries to do too much, is my opinion of Eminem now.
Well, yeah, it's just
and he's been doing that for a while.
Check out how fast I can rap.
Yeah, or check out how many words I can twist and make meaning out of multiple. Yeah. I get it, and it's impressive from a technical standpoint, but not from a music standpoint, in my opinion.
I agree.
And I think he still wrestles with that, although he did cut back on that on this album. But I think what we've seen improvement with in terms of the music that he makes and also putting together a whole album is this one had a tone to it. It had a theme to it. It was very Alfred Hitchcock inspired. The Music to Be Murdered By is Alfred Hitchcock, an album he released like in 54, 56, around there. So he was very influenced by that, and I see the comparisons between the two.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock is he's fucked in the head, and Eminem is fucked in the head.
Yeah.
And so to compare yourself with somebody from the 50s who was fucked in the head, who was ahead of his time but still fucked in the head, and you consider yourself the man of your time now, and you're fucked in the head.
Yeah.
Perfect comparison. So kudos to M for really kind of taking it into a different artistic direction and having more cohesion and a theme throughout that tied the whole album together. And I think that's what he did really well this time around, is he was able to really kind of get into a little bit more of an artistic bag and kind of come out with a cohesive piece.
Yeah, I definitely see him like reverting back to like his old style, like on this album, but still very like mainstream, like catchy songs too. Mm-hmm. Like, so yeah, I mean it's a good record.
What was your favorite song?
What was the one with Royce?
That was my favorite song also.
Yeah.
Let me put up the track list. That was my favorite. The song he did with Young M.A. was my favorite.
Yeah, that one's good
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
I think the first 3 songs is probably the strongest out of the bunch. But yeah, the Royce record is called... Oh, it's the Royce and Slaughterhouse record.
Yeah.
That one is called You Gonna Learn. Really, really good record. The other Royce record on it is Yeah. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I'm talking about the one... there's 3 Royce records on there. I Will. Of course, they're close. They're buddies. I Will. And that's the one with Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
King Crooked. What's the 5'9"? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that one's... Yeah, You Gonna Learn is just Royce.
Yeah, that was the song, yeah.
Yes, that song is fucking dope.
Yeah.
So the 3 beginning songs and the interlude, the interlude is just Alfred Hitchcock talking, which if you haven't listened to that yet, actually listen to the whole Alfred Hitchcock album after this one. It is so fucking good. It is really good. It's just Alfred Hitchcock being mad creepy, talking about how you're gonna get murdered while listening to some dope music.
Damn.
It's fucking dope. It's on YouTube. So look up Alfred Hitchcock music to be murdered by and then listen to that. Because this album is really good, but that album is also really fucking dope.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be sampled in that album. If you're somebody who makes beats and want to sample really cool shit.
And one thing too, it's a really long record too.
Yeah.
20 songs. It's kind of interesting that like he came out with like just a really long record. Like yeah, I haven't done this in a while. Here's 20 songs.
Do you think that he this was what he's been working on while releasing those other albums? Because there's a lot more thought put into this album.
My thing is, I don't think so.
Okay.
But once he felt the heat from everybody,
because obviously
that's what really got him going.
Obviously, there's some references to the works that he put out, like Kamikaze and Revival.
Yeah.
But those could be added on later, or those songs could be more recent than others.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 songs. And there are a lot of really good tracks. Like I said, there's songs that's just like, I'm going to pass. Like that Ed Sheeran song, it's a straight up pass for me.
Yeah.
There's a few where it's like vintage Eminem, like not vintage bad Eminem, not vintage good Eminem, where it's just like, nope, not going there. Yeah. But overall, the body of work, especially 20 songs, there's a good amount of good songs that I'm going to play over again. Like this is probably the album from M that I'm going to listen to more than the Marshall Mathers LP or the Slim Shady LP. Like this is probably my third favorite Eminem album, I would say. And I'm not even, as you know, I'm not an Eminem fan. I dropped off. Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers LP were the 2 strongest from his collection. Yeah. His first 2 were his strongest. This is probably the 3rd for me.
So you think it definitely has some re-listen value to it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some songs there. And the thing I knock him for the most is his beats. Well, 2 things I knock him for the most. The rapping thing, like he's too technical, and that's still... he toned it down, but that's still prevalent. The second is his beat selection. This album, overall, not every song, but overall, the beat selection is very good. Yeah. So whoever he's getting to choose his beats for, maybe it's Dr. Dre, because I know Dr. Dre worked on this album with him. Yeah. It's paying dividends because it sounds much better than his previous shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Overall, I like the album, so I feel like we had a pretty good week with albums.
All right, album number 2 on our list of albums to review for the week. Mac Miller's Swimming. You listen to it?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great follow up to his last record, Swimming. It's very like chill and peaceful. Yeah, it's a nice record to listen to. If you want to like relax and like sit back and listen to a record, it's awesome for that. So,
do you think would you classify this as a rap record, or would you classify it as something different?
That's a good question. It definitely toes the line.
How much rapping did he do? I don't remember.
Not much. Yeah.
I can't. I know he probably raps, but like I'm remembering all the singing parts of that. I'm like in my brain right now, all I can hear is him. Good news, good news. Good news.
Yeah, there's like a melody.
Yeah,
to,
he's developed his skills as a musician to the point where like the melodies is what gets me with Mac now, which is crazy because he's a rapper. Yeah. But yeah, so is this a rap record, or do you think this is something else now?
I think we could still call it a rap record, but
would it get nominated for a Grammy in the rap category, you think? I don't know. I don't know is what I'm saying. I don't know what this is. I love it. I think it's a good Mac, and I'll give him credit for this. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. What he's done tremendously with these last two releases, and this release, if you listen to Swimming, you're going to love this album because it's pretty much like the sister album to Swimming. This is like Swimming if there was a sequel to Swimming. Or if there was a B-side, I feel like Circles is the B-side to Swimming. It's very connected in tune. And I love Swimming. Swimming was, when I listened to Swimming, and this is before he died, not after. It wasn't like he died and then the first thing I did was throw on Spotify and listen to him. I was listening to Swimming when it came out. Like the day it came out, I listened to it. I felt absolutely fucking in love with it, and I listened to it for a month straight. And I listened to it for way longer than a month straight until he died. He died a month later. I think he died in September. Album came out end of July, beginning of August. Yeah. And the second the album came out, I listened to it like repeatedly every single day. It really connected with me. And then when he died, it only like gave me like an even weirder like closeness with the album. Like Swimming is one of my favorite albums of all time. And it was like the last album before this one that I really kind of connected to like emotionally in that way was Good Kid, Mad City. So it's been 5 years? No, not even. It's been 7 years since I really connected with an album the way I connected with Swimming. It really touched me. And this album, I think it does it. Although I wouldn't say it's like, and I don't want to compare the music like this. Like it just feels weird to like evaluate music with somebody that's passed away. But like I still have a fondness with Swimming. For many reasons. This album is really good, and it's a good accompaniment for it. And there's even less. There's like as a musician, Mac has transcended just being a rapper, and now he's literally a musician. Like he makes music. He doesn't rap. Like he makes music. He's a musician. I feel like this album really solidified that. His legacy as a musician only grew because of this album. Yeah. And so even if this album wins a Grammy. If this album wins a Grammy, first of all, I don't know what category to put it in because I don't even think.
I mean,
what is it? I mean, it's something. I know I can put it. We can put it in many different genres. I think it's like when you have a rapper who has grown artistically this much, it's hard to just put him in the box of being a rapper. Like you have to. I think he fits. This album especially fits in multiple categories. I wouldn't even
say like on this record he's doing the like singing rapping thing on it.
There's more singing than rapping.
Yeah. Because, there's even, like, like Drake does occasionally where it's, like, singing rap. It's, like, he's still rapping, but with, like, a little bit of singing. You're getting a lot more singing.
I'll be the first one to admit I hate Drake singing. Some people only like Drake singing. I fucking hate singing Drake. I like rap Drake. I hate singing Drake. Huh. But I love singing Mac. Yeah. Go figure. Yeah. I would say this also, just a hot take for 2020. Circles is winning a Grammy. It is definitely winning a Grammy.
I would hope so.
Not just because it's a good album, and I don't even know if it's Grammy Award winning just yet because it's January 2020 and we have a whole year to go. So it's like I'm not sure if it's going to be able to win. You know, if we got some other hot release. Kendrick hasn't put anything out in a while. You know, maybe he put something out. You know, like I think, Drake is putting something out probably. Maybe he wants to go for a Grammy this year, although I know he didn't go for it. Personally, I feel like he didn't apply to be considered for a Grammy last time around. but maybe he tries to this time around. But I will say that Mac will probably win a Grammy, not just because his album is good, but because his last album, Swimming, should have won a Grammy. It was that good. It should have won a Grammy. Yeah. I think Cardi B won the Grammy that year because she was the hottest artist out. Her album, she's a singles artist. Her singles are great. I don't think her album should have won Album of the Year. I don't. And I think Swimming should have won that. And then him dying only made people. I feel like him dying will only make people realize how much he should have been nominated for it. The people who are able to vote, and they're gonna give it to him on this go around. That's what my bold hot take prediction for 2020 or Grammy 2021 is. Cool.
So what's your take on the music video that they released for Good News?
I loved it, man. It was very. I think it paid homage to like the spirit of Mac Miller. I think that's what it did. Like it's very surreal and like fun loving, and beautiful, colorful, and I feel like that's what they were going for. Like how do you capture Mac Miller's spirit? And I think the video did that really well, and that I really loved it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because like at the beginning of the video, you're in the studio with him, and then you go with him.
Yeah.
To like this like crazy like mate, this fantasy world, and it was cool.
Yeah, man, it's really cool. Like I said, rest in peace, Mac Miller. Love you, man. You're definitely left your mark in hip hop music. Like, yeah, definitely. Can't believe 26 years old when he passed away. He's released all this body of work, and he was only 26 years old.
Yeah.
What
the fuck are we doing?
What have we done? There's no excuse.
Podcast. We've done 14 of these
Mac
podcasts.
Miller's over there. I was about to say a bad joke. I'm not going to say the joke. I'm just going to move on.
All right. Let's move on.
070 Shake. My new favorite artist.
Yeah, same. You showed me like a video for what was this?
I've showed you multiple videos of 070 Shake.
The first video showed
Nice to Have You.
Nice to Have You.
That's my favorite song in the world right now.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's my favorite song in the world right now.
Like that, love that song, love the video. Yeah, I have nothing but like great things to say about this artist. Like
she just gets my vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right in line with what the fuck I love fucking with. Like it's just good music, and it's no pun intended because she signed to Good Music, and they hit it out of the park when it came to acquiring her talent, but also when it came to marketing her, because like she's so new that I don't think I like watched an interview with her earlier today, and it still seems like she's like still like green and new to the whole experience, and isn't like media trained yet, or just comfortable in front of like talking to media yet.
Yeah.
From my perception of the interview, but in terms of who she is and what she brings in music, and also as like a personality, I think she's gonna be a very big artist for Def Jam and Good Music.
Yeah, I mean her music's very unique because it's sort of like a synth pop meets rap meets R&B. Yeah, it's like it's cool. It's just
I would equate it to Kanye meets Frank Ocean. It's like she has Kanye vibes. Obviously, she sounded Good Music, so she'd have the Kanye vibes. But she has the Kanye vibes and she has the Frank Ocean vibes mixed in, obviously, with her own special, spices. She's herself, but she's also very much like Kanye and Frank Ocean in terms of like music influences. That's what I would equate her to.
Yeah.
So yeah, very good listen. Modus Vivendi, her new album, is that's one where it's like the same thing, like from beginning to end. It's really good. There's a very constant, like the tone is very constant throughout, but every song is unique. My standouts are the ones that Good Music has promoted. So Under the Moon is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Nice to Have You is like my favorite song, like in the past fucking 2 years.
Guilty Conscience is good. Guilty
Conscience, another one that she made a video for. So the songs that are the highlights of this album, Good Music promoted, and so good choices for Good Music to promote. Like the album, like I said, from beginning to end is really good, but those three are standouts. They have a lot of replay value.
Yeah. No, I thoroughly enjoyed that record. I honestly, I don't think I've like enjoyed that style of record in like quite a while. So it was definitely nice. Nice to listen to it.
I think when it comes to signing a new artist, and 070 is a very new artist. I think one thing that record labels probably keep in mind, and it'd be very smart of them to keep in mind, is just like, how is this artist able to relate to today's times? Like, is the artist like relatable to what's happening like out in the world? And that doesn't mean like they're gonna go out and talk about like fucking Trump or like, any of that. It just means like, who is a good reflection of where our country is today. And I just feel like 070 is like a good reflection of like just the people, I don't know why I say that. It just feels like there's a relatability there with 070 that's I think completely marketable and will get people behind 070, because I think she appeals to multiple people. I think she appeals to a lot of people. And I as a male, like, fuck with her lyrics, but I'm sure females fuck with her lyrics. I'm sure everybody in between fucks with her lyrics. It just seems like she is just a reflection of our country today. Especially when it comes to like sexual identity, when it comes to like dating, and when it comes to just like the music we listen to and what like emotionally people go through. I think like all of who 070 Shake is, that makes her unique, is something that we can all relate to, or a lot of people can relate to. And that's why I think she's going to be a big artist. There's a lot to like there.
Definitely. I mean, she definitely has like great lyrics.
Yeah.
But sometimes I wouldn't even necessarily like they match the music, because the music is very like kind of upbeat, up tempo. But yeah, it's a good mix. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I fuck with her. Definitely, this album is definitely on my list. So a lot of really good releases this week.
Yeah.
A lot of really good releases this week, including Eminem, which shocked everyone.
Yeah.
All right, you wanna? What time do we have now?
13 minutes.
Let's keep going. Fuck it. Let's keep going. You want to get into news?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to news.
All right. So there's two big pieces of news that we can talk about. One of them is good news, or improving news, I guess. Yeah. The other one is just fucked up news. Which one do you want to go through first?
Let's go with the fucked up and then like smooth it over with the.
All right. Fucked up news. All right. So if you haven't been in the know, or if you haven't been like looking at hip hop for the past week, or looking at hip hop news, you may have missed the story. But it's a probably one of the most fucked up stories I've heard in quite a while. No. So Lil Durk's artist, Lil Durk has his own record label.
Yep.
I'm forgetting the name of the record label as we speak. But he has a record label. He's got artists signed to it. He's got this artist named OTF Day, or OTF Didi. And OTF Didi got caught lacking in the Shy. I think he was meeting up with some chick to fuck, and it was a setup, and some goons got him, and they made the chick that he was there. I'm pretty sure he was there to bang her consensually, but I think she tipped the gang off that he was coming. The gang came, caught him essentially like naked, and then they made the chick who he came over for a cut. Okay, so they made her cut his dreads and eat her out while she was on her period.
Yeah, God, I heard about this and I was like, dude, my like heart dropped to my stomach. I was like, and they like filmed it. And
when they filmed it, I don't want to laugh. It's fucked up.
It's really fucked up. It's awful.
I don't want to laugh, but like when they filmed, in which the dude is fucked. You talk about somebody who's fucked in the head. Holy shit! But when the video starts, you can see like the blood on like OTF Didi's like mouth and his fingers.
Oh my god!
And at first I thought he just got punched in the mouth and like he's bleeding. And then like I read the description, because they don't like the video that I saw. There was no like. Nothing happening. Then the video description is like these goons forced her to eat out this chick who was on her period, and I was like ready to puke after that, because it's like I just imagine. Yeah, I don't even want to.
It's just fucked up.
Ugh.
Like.
Ugh. And so he got caught lacking. They robbed him. I don't even think they robbed him. They just like cut off his dreads and then made him eat that girl out. So literally they raped 2 people. And then they put it on Instagram or Snapchat or something like that. Because everybody's gotta do it for clout nowadays, even if it means you serve time in jail for rape and assault.
Yeah.
So that's fucked up. I think also, and this is not, I can't verify that this is true. But the girl in the video, and she was crying in the video, by the way. So it seems like maybe she was a part of the setup initially. But maybe, I don't know, something went wrong, or maybe she didn't expect them to do that, or I don't know. Like, she maybe she had something to do with it, but not completely. And anyway, in the video, she's like crying as she's like cutting off his dreads. Maybe she knew that she was about to get in some trouble also. I did some online research, and allegedly, she's been killed already.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, allegedly, she's been killed already. I don't want to give the name out. I have the name here, but because it's not verified, I don't want to put this person's because this person did die. I just don't know if it's the person that's the same person in the video. And if it is, I'll get back to you guys next time around. I'll verify for you. For now, I don't want to put this person's business out there, but allegedly that girl's dead already.
Jesus.
Yeah. And we don't know from which side yet. We don't know if the goons that, set up the whole thing don't want her to talk, so they got her, or if it's OTF DD's crew and, they wanted to make her pay. But allegedly she's dead. And OTF DD got violated in the worst way possible.
Yeah, all around, just not a good situation.
Yeah. Man, Chicago is one. Chicago's one crazy city, man.
Yeah.
They need resources over there. They definitely need some resources over there. A lot, just of a variety of different things. I think like the lack of resources in Chicago, and I don't want to speak to it like I know what the fuck is happening over there. I don't. I'm not going to pretend to be like DJ Academics who's like covering, the war in Chirac. Like I'm not that kind of person, and I have no affiliation with that lifestyle over there, and I don't know a dime about what the fuck life is like over there. But I know for a while that they've needed more resources to help with what's been happening over there. And there's been a lot of senseless violence over there, and it's just like it breaks your heart to hear, especially when it comes to stuff like that. People
resort to shit like this
because
it's just like
it's such a weird small like village mentality of like I have to prove myself to these people. Like that's why it must be weird when somebody like Chief Keef like makes enough money to be able to afford to get out of that life, and then you see like that life is not all about like that, and how that must be weird to kind of transition from like being like feeling like you're at war to being a regular civilian, and I'm sure they struggle with that a lot. But man, there needs to be some resources sent over there. That's clearly been alive for a long time, and you have people killing each other for God knows what, for clout. It's sad to hear, and this one is definitely sad to hear because now you got this girl mixed up in this whole thing. On the good news though, and this is better news. I mean, it's still depressing news, sadly, but better news. So Jay-Z and Yo Gotti have teamed up, and they're suing the state of Mississippi.
For what? I know the answer, but I'm just...
No, I know. I know. Thank you for the alley-oop. So, Mississippi State Prison, or State Penitentiary is like probably one of the worst, and Mississippi prisons in general are some of the worst prisons in America. And it's inhumane and inadequate living conditions, and it's been that way for quite some time. Governor Phil Bryant, who's been the governor of Mississippi from 2012 to recently, to 2020, and now the new governor, Tate Reeves, seemingly don't care. I think Tate Reeves came out and said something like, it's the prison. So let me backtrack before I jumped into that. So the reason Yo Gotti and Jay-Z are suing the state of Mississippi is because the state of Mississippi could give a shit about prisoners. They do not give a shit about their prisoners. And if you go online and you just look up video or footage of how it looks, that these state prisons look, it is falling apart. It's just gross, falling apart. Definitely inadequate living situations. Yeah. There's a lack of staff. There's a lack of guards. So if you work there, not only are you getting paid less to work there, they pay the Mississippi State Penitentiary pays the least out of all the prisons. But there's also a lack of guards there also. So you're also risking your life on top of getting paid lower than you would in other prisons. Yeah, there's zero incentive.
Work there?
There is zero incentive to work there if you're just a decent enough human being where you want to be a guard as a career choice, maybe. But you know, you don't want to risk your life. So I can only imagine the guards who do agree to work there and what their background is like. I'm sure it's pretty fucked up. You know, but you know, the fact of the matter is that the government and these governors, Governor, what the fuck was his name? Phil Bryant and Governor Tate Reeves, Republicans, obviously, could give a shit about anybody other than themselves, obviously. Yeah. And so I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But it seems like the government isn't doing jack shit about this. And because of that, multiple prisoners have died. 5 prisoners have died in the past few weeks in state penitentiary under, I'm not sure how exactly, but 5 prisoners died within a few weeks of each other. That's fucked up. A little shady. Something needs to happen there, clearly. Yeah. This is the same place that in 2018, in a prison riot, 16 inmates were killed. Jesus just Christ. A couple years ago. In a prison riot.
Fuck.
So, that's fucked. Inhumane, inadequate, underfunded, no resources, understaffed. This place is unsafe. It is cruel. It is disgusting. And Jay-Z and Yo Gotti have teamed up to sue the state of Mississippi in order to push some legislation forward to get the proper coverage and resources that state prison needs to be able to effectively house and rehabilitate these inmates. So that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Damn. Well, I'm glad they're stepping in and using their power a little bit and trying to make some change. They clearly need it.
Yeah. Shout outs to them. I saw an interview with the woman. There's a CBS reporter from Mississippi. She's like a female reporter of color. I think she was black. And at first I was like kind of turned off by her interviewing style because she was when she started off the interview with Yo Gotti was her guest on the interview on the show. She started her interview by kind of like seemingly like kind of attacking why Yo Gotti was even bothering to do this. That's how she made it seem at first, and I was so turned off by it. She was just like, many people have gone out and sued the state of Mississippi for the same thing. Why are you doing it? Like, it was just like the way she said it at first. I was just like, what the fuck is this lady's problem? Yeah. Like, come on. Like, clearly they're bigger names, so they want to get the story out there. But the way she was asking it was like so smug, and I thought at first it was kind of like some Fox News type shit, where like they're like gonna make Yo Gotti look dumb to kind of like take his power away from him and make Republicans at home be like, this stupid guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I thought it was going that direction. I was like, man, this woman of color, come on. And anyway, so it was actually a smart tactic. So she started off the interview that way to maybe, and I was thinking about this, maybe she was trying to get the people at home who are like probably like white Republican like Southerners who like could care about like who goes to prison. They're very pro-gun. They're very pro-prison. They're very pro-capital punishment. Yeah. She's probably knows that that's her target audience. That's who's watching the news channel, and who's the people that she's directly speaking with. And she's tailoring what she's saying to those people. Because obviously she's speaking to you and me. She was up there in Boston. She'd be like, yeah, man, that's fucked up. Like, tell us more about it. But obviously I think that she was being initially combative because her audience is initially probably combative to the idea. Yep. And so she was coming at it from that first, and then as she kind of like kept asking questions,
switching gears a
little bit. She switched gears in order to be on his side. And so she started very like reserved, and then she came around to like really kind of asking the questions and setting up questions in a way where he can eloquently answer them and give proper reasoning to why this is important. And I was like, man, that's a very, very good way to conduct an interview. Yeah. You target your audience, and then you adjust what you're saying to that audience, and then you come around to the point that you actually want to make so that they understand from their perspective like what this change that needs to happen, needs to be done. So shout out, I didn't get the woman's name, I was watching it on YouTube, but shout outs to her for conducting a very, very good interview with Yo Gotti about the situation and trying to get the people of Mississippi to understand as well. Cool. All right, so I guess in terms of what you should know about what we got planned, we are moving to a radio station. Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry. We're moving to a TV station. Where they're doing like more podcasting, so they're specifically set up to do podcasts. And so we will be moving on to bigger and better things. Yep. This will no longer be our setting. don't get
kitchen,
you. Yeah. So thank you guys for hanging in the kitchen, but we will most likely not be here anymore. We'll be changing locations to the TV station when we have guests.
Yeah.
And maybe some days we'll even just be the two of us doing it. But we're also switching gears from the kitchen to my living room when we do Sidebar. So there'll be some changes. We also, and we'll roll this out once we get some time after the event. So again, February 1st, come out. I'll talk more about that in a second. But after the event, we're probably going to work on a nice opening and get this like podcast, maybe with some show tunes, you know? A little music bed and a little opening intro for us, maybe a little lower third for us, so people know, you know, who we are without us having to introduce ourselves every time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And us moving to a different location will allow us to do these things, and also like we can crank these out a lot faster too.
Stop promising people stuff that you can't keep. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just slow down. What happens then?
Fuck you. We talked about this.
So yes, there's gonna be more shows. We definitely want to put more of this out there. We've been very happy with the reception we've been getting. We're only looking to grow from here. So we are looking to do that with sprucing up the show a little bit with a nice little opening intro.
A little fancy.
A little music underneath, scored by probably somebody that we know that we're connected with. And then we're gonna our location is gonna change to a TV station. So be on the lookout for the glow up coming soon. Just to plug the event, 2020. Just to plug the event again. Come out and support us. We're gonna be at the Knights of Pythias in Lynn. That's on February 1st on a Saturday from 7 to 11. 251 Maple Street, Lynn. Come out. You'll have a good time. C. Wells is performing.
Donate some money.
Is performing. Donate some money. Your tickets will go. The proceeds will go to Habitat Plus, which houses homeless veterans, gives them a place to sleep and eat, and takes care of them. They're really, really small but very powerful organization in Lynn. Thank you guys for doing what you do. So your tickets not only go to a really dope show, it goes to a really good cause. And so that's something we want to keep going. That's something we believe in. And so Hip Hop for a Cause come out Saturday, February 1st from 7 to 11 at 251 Maple Street in Lynn. C. Wells, Loman, West Taylor, IMAV, Blacksmith, DJ Curtis Cuts. We might have another guest, who knows? So keep on the lookout for that. We might reveal something.
Yeah, who knows?
And yeah, thank you guys. If you guys like the podcast, like, subscribe, comment. If you do all three, hit us up. We will send you some swag.
Share the videos and shit.
Share the video. Show some love. We're only going to keep doing more of this. You're only going to see us some more. Get used to it. Unless you guys really hate us, then let's see some hate. I just want to see some interaction, man. So if you fuck what we do, support, follow us, come to our shows, watch the podcast, listen to it. Cool. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time, hopefully with a special guest. Not in this location, so say goodbye to Critters Kitchen. It's been nice.
Say goodbye to it.
But we moving on up, baby.
Yeah.
Peace.